This is Matt and Natasha, and we're just sharing a little bit of our experience with the Brightline. I've enjoyed myself thoroughly. What about you?
Yes, I had a great time.
So I didn't record coming down because I kind of like to know how processes work, so I didn't want to be doing that and looking all distracted and crazy. But we're on the way back. We took it from Orlando down to Miami. So we drove down to the station in Orlando and took the train down here to Miami, which everybody said was genius that I've spoken with, because traffic has been crazy, the weather's crazy, it's wet out there right now. And there's spring break down here today, this weekend, right? There's the Ultra Festival.
Ultra Festival. And there was a Heat game last night.
There was a Heat game last night, and amongst all of the other activities to do, we get in trouble down in Miami. So traffic was hell. So my wife would have probably jumped out of the car last night.
You think so?
I have no doubt that that's the case. So we took lifts everywhere. Our hotel was nice. We were in the downtown Hilton. I was down here for a conference. I was in the downtown Hilton, which is on Biscayne, so over on the Bay Shore side. Very nice area. We did get over to South Beach.
Yes,
so
we did.
It was her first time in South Beach. It was very lively over in South Beach, but a lot of police presence.
Just bar hopping, right? That's all.
That's all South Beach is, unless you stay there. There are hotels and stuff. Expensive ones.
Okay.
But we didn't get a chance to see the beach because it was closed. It was after dusk. Went to Santorini's. Would you recommend Santorini's? It's a Mediterranean restaurant. It was highly touted, but I could tell you our waiter, Eli, he was okay, but he gave the impression he was like the owner's son. So he really didn't seem like he wanted to be there. So there was that piece. But yeah, so right now we're in the premium lounge. As you can see by the children running in the background and stuff, but it's a very nice experience.
Clean.
It was clean, comfortable seats.
Super comfortable. A lot of leg room.
A lot of leg room on the train.
2 trays.
2 trays.
One for your phone.
Right.
One for your laptop and food.
Yeah, and we'll show you that once we get on the train going back, about the seats and such. But the lounge here, this is nice. Got a nice little sitting area. It is crowded today. So like every train is booked heading back to Orlando or along the stops or 5 stops along the way. So that's pretty cool. Anything else that you would like to share, Natasha?
I would do it again.
And in her words, coming down, this is the only way to come to South Florida.
Absolutely.
And
no traffic, no issues.
And dealing with the folks that I dealt with at the Cybersecurity Conference, many of them hadn't thought of it, but now they're all thinking about it. They feel the same way.
Oh, and the seats on the Brightline are deceiving because they look very hard, but they're firm. And I think it was quite comfortable.
It was comfortable. There was a concern by my lovely half over here about whether they decline or whether they recline or not. So you want to share?
They do not.
They do not. But they do give you some recline.
What is
not
that?
As far back as he wants to go.
The one that goes on under your thigh. It does extend.
The thigh bolster?
Yeah, it does extend.
So it extends out, so you kind of sit back a little bit, but you don't actually, the back doesn't actually decline like that. So it was pretty cool. So once we get on the train, we get settled, we'll share some more of our adventures on the Brightline. So I'll see you.
Bye.
So we just left Miami and we're starting to get along here, getting up to speed. But in the meantime, the attendant just passed out snacks. So this was our snack box, I guess. So we just asked for snacks, and I thought we were just getting plantain chips, but we got plantain chips and a hummus box. And what else is in there? And a little snack bar. Strawberries and apples, and a little square of chocolate. So that's what came in the snack bag. Sorry for my hand there. So then he'll come back soon here with the drink service. So this is pretty awesome. And again, we're at the tables, but as you can see there, right there is the tray. So if you have the individual seat, that whole thing is a tray. So I have my laptop, both phones, and on it at the same time. And then that little cutout right there is actually the phone part, if you just have a phone or something. So you can see the headrest here. Got a nice bolster to it. We've got on the table, we've got these outlets. So if you're on the train, you can work and there's free Wi-Fi. You hit that button right there and it causes the bolster, as you can see, to slide forward. So it tilts you back slightly. And then now, yeah, we're finally starting to get up to speed. You can feel it. This is pretty cool. I don't know how else I'm going to get to South Florida now because I got to come back here on business again in May. So I may just take this to Fort Lauderdale as opposed to driving. And I love to drive.
Thank you for choosing Brightline.
So I wanted to wait until our other passengers got off of the plane, the train, because I don't know, it was kind of chatty and then he wasn't. So in any case, we left Miami at 11:45. It is now 1:04. We're heading to Orlando. There are no other stops between now and Orlando. Enjoying ourselves. So we've already had 2 drink services and a snack service, which I made a video for that, clip in here for that. It is crazy. And then between now and lunch is where we will be moving forward. Okay, hi. So while we were in the train, we were coming down and going back, that if you look along the road, because it does pass the road down in South Florida, you see a lot of cars that are just in traffic. And something, again, to consider as an alternative to actually driving, because, again, I can get up and go to the restaurant. I can get my snack and eat and drink and do all of that while continuing to move, as opposed to having to pull over and do those things. So we'll give a little touch point here as we get a little bit down the road or down the tracks. So again, I wanted to chime in with this also, that we're in a premium car. So because we're in a premium car, there is more legroom, there is more seat room. And if you're taking a trip for a few days, weekend, or maybe longer, I don't know how big the luggage restriction would be. But one thing that you can certainly do is you can put your luggage up top. Do that, so there's storage racks at the top, just like you do on an airplane. I'm back with like 4 or 5. We brought like 4 bags, so 1, 2, 3 bags, and then I'm coming back with the 4th since the conference, all of the swag and stuff that's in there. Plenty of space. Again, the windows are huge, so even if you're on an outside seat, here you can actually see with a great vista of what's going on around you. I'm trying to get some of this stuff in here, but I definitely am a fan. I'm wishing that Jacksonville actually, that the Jacksonville station comes on board soon, so that I can just do this as opposed to driving the long distances. So this station just completed up in Orlando. It's open and opened ahead of time and on budget. So now they're going west to Tampa, and they'll be going north up to Jacksonville. And then maybe from Jacksonville, they might go to Tallahassee. So you'll have the 5 most dense populaces in populous in Florida, all connected by a high-speed rail. So again, in this area here, we travel at about, I think the max is like 65 to 70 miles an hour, so highway speeds, which is good. And then once we get out of this area, you'll see the speed double to about 120, 125 max. And so we'll really be flying, going pretty fast. Now again, I don't know if I mentioned this before, but the reason that we have to go slowly in this area is because, well, number one, you're at grade. So meaning that you're level with the rest of the ground, your streets, as you can see, there's railroad crossings. And people in general are idiots. So that's not an indictment, that's just the truth. They see a railroad crossing, for some reason, with the lights on, they decide that they need to try to cross and beat the train. So as long as you have shit like that happening, there were accidents. So when they were first building this thing out, it was determined that they were having problems with and they were getting blamed for the accidents, but it was people on the tracks. He was blowing his horn, and people were just on the damn tracks. It's just dumb. And I saw a video last year of a gentleman who took the first leg of this Orlando to Miami, and there was there was a tractor trailer just on the tracks. And for no reason, the arms were trying to go down, and it was flashing, and he just decided that, I don't know, the rules don't apply to him. Really, I think that there should be some type of restriction or sanction on stuff like that. You should get a ticket. I know I've gotten tickets for doing stupid shit on the road, and I think that that's part of it. That once people start doing that, then there has to be a law that they can enforce on them. So I digress. Once we get out of the more populated areas, because to save costs, what they did is they actually used the old Florida East Coast Railroad, which was created by Henry Flagler. That railroad does still exist. It's technically headquartered in Jacksonville, Florida, where we're from. So there's a little tidbit there. And it actually runs a train up there, a passenger train. So what we did is they were using existing tracks. So by doing that, it allowed them to save money. They didn't have to pay for right-of-way. They didn't have to pay for a lot of the abutments or impedances to developing a rail system in the United States. But what they found is that because of the crossings and people, the humans, particularly an indictment of South Florida, I'm just using the statistics and the facts of what's happened, how it's been problematic, that they were able to get past that. So when they built the leg going from West Palm to Orlando, what they did is they actually spent a bit more money and they took it into less populated areas where they could actually build fresh tracks that would allow them to move, allow the train to go faster through those areas. They were hoping to get this moving at 120 miles an hour, but it's just not possible because of I don't know if you can hear that in the background, but he's blowing the horn like constantly while he's in these populated areas because of the amount of railroad crossings and because of the idiots that just decide that they need to cross just before the train as opposed to waiting for the train again. So as we get a little closer to a little bit further down the track, I'll give another little update as to what's going on. So just in time for a brief nap interruption. I was about to drip out, and food showed up. So have some veggie plate, looks like with some hummus. Nice little chickpea sitting right there. Fruit cup, and then a caprese sandwich. And then my lovely other half has the Italian, and we got the salad, and of course we got the fruit cup for her and some drinks. So this is all included in the price. And if they pull out the credit card again, if we wanted alcohol, she could have gotten that as well. They even had Jack Daniels, right? Yeah. So Tito's, stuff like that, and wine. Yeah. So I'm about to chow down, and just wanted to share where we are and what we're doing. We still have a couple of hours till we hit Orlando, and I may get back to my nap. Well, guys, it's 3 o'clock. We finally made it in. It was an enjoyable ride. Some people call it naps throughout the ride. So overall, it was a pleasure. I will definitely do this again, probably in a few weeks. Head down to Lauderdale for another business trip. I think one thing that I do want to mention now, and I'll make another video about this and put it all together, is the app experience. There are some improvements that can be made there, but overall, customer service, all the other stuff has been great. The attendants have been great. They had David on the first trip and haven't seen him on this trip. So it's been very cool and courteous. And as we pull up into the station, here in Orlando, now we gotta jump into the ride and take Storm Helga back home to Jacksonville. But it was a great weekend. Took a lot of stress off of us. Letting somebody else do the driving, kind of. And again, it was quite enjoyable.